Hi everybody, I'm Greg. Welcome to Goodbye Gluten. Saying goodbye to gluten does not mean saying goodbye to great food and great taste.
So please like this video, share it with friends, and subscribe to our channel.
Today we are making a Philly cheesesteak sandwich.
So this is what you're going to need for your Philly steak and cheese. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need for your Philly steak and cheese is some steak. A lot of times you could go get to a butcher, get yourself really thin sliced sirloin steak, or like we're also doing a dual product review, or you could get these quick steaks by Gary's. And if you notice right here, it's gluten free, right? You can also get Steakums, but we're doing this one today. And then we're also doing beef freeze. Little sandwich rolls. It's basically a hoagie roll is what you're going to need, but we're using a smaller one because I'm not wanting the large sandwich. So here's like one serving of the steak. You're going to need yourself some onion. You're going to need yourself some sliced bell pepper. I only did like about maybe a half a cup worth of each, right? Because we want this to cook down. And then a few slices of provolone. If you don't like provolone, Vardy cheese is really good. Or you can use Cheese Whiz. You know, that's one of the other traditional cheeses that they use in the Philly steak and cheeses. You're going to want yourself a griddle or a pan. I'm using the Presto griddle. It's a really good griddle. Then a little bit of salt and pepper for your steak. So let's get to cooking. Okay, so the griddle is hot. Oh, we can hear that going. So I'm just going to start. The one thing I like about this over Steakums is that this guy already has his all sliced up and chopped. Where Steakums, you basically need to, you know, chop up the steak before you actually stick it on the griddle. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of black pepper, then a bit of salt, not too much. And since I like a little bit of heat, I'm going to use some crushed red pepper flake. There we go. Now we're just going to let this kind of cook for about a minute. Okay, now we're going to flip it. This is where we're going to add in our onion. So you want basically about a quarter cup to a half a cup of onion, depending on how much you love onions, you know, for a sandwich. So if you want a large sandwich, you're going to want at least a half a cup to 3/4 cup onions, some peppers, I'm going to go ahead and put these babies on here to toast, because everybody knows when you're doing gluten free, you got to toast that bread. And just let this kind of cook. We're going to stir it a little bit as we go, get it all kind of separated. Now Gary's does have a seasoning packet. You can go ahead and utilize that. I mostly just use my own seasonings because That's the way I am. I like to have the right amount of garlic and onions and paprikas, all that sort of stuff myself, because I know exactly how much I like, especially when it comes to like cumin, chili peppers, chili powder, cayenne powder. Okay. Oh, the smell of this is just amazing. Now, I like a lot of veggies with my Philly steaks. You can also, you know, cut these down like a lot thinner than I had. Mine are about 2 centimeters wide. Probably cut them down to 1 centimeter in diameter or width, and that'll really speed up your cooking process. Now, one thing I'm going to do before I put the cheese on, since these are gluten-free bread, I'm going to go ahead and just stick my bread right on there and put that lid right back on, and this is going to press that down into that meat and absorb a little bit of that juice and flavor into the bread. Make sure you don't do it for more than a minute, because then the bread will get super soggy. So go ahead and make sure you just do it for about a minute and then pull the bread off. Okay, pulling that off. Oh yeah, soften the bread up nice and good. Now you can also go ahead, and sometimes in some places in Philly, they'll put a little butter on their rolls and stick them straight on there. And also their rolls are a lot larger than these ones, but I'm doing this at lunchtime, so I don't need a huge amount of food. But I want these onions to be cooked well. Okay, now for the provolone. I'm going to do about a slice and a half. Okay, now to just help the cheese melt faster, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some steam. And you can see how quickly the cheese is starting to literally melt. Okay. Oh, cheese is wanting to stick to my lid. Oh, that's so good smelling. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Oh. Okay, now we're going to plate. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and just plate this baby right on. Oh. Like I said, I like a lot of vegetables on mine. And I think I actually made too much for the actual buns. So I'm just going to do an open faced on this one. And there you go, an open-faced steak and cheese. Gary's knows their steak. That onion did not want to be on my sandwich. Oh my God, this Philly steak and cheeses are one of my most... Sorry. That was just a precious heavenly moment. Oh my God, that's so good. Now, if you love Philly steak and cheeses or never tried one, they are phenomenal. Definitely want to get yourself probably a bigger bun. Turn that off. And Gary's is really good. The Be Good bread is really good too. I probably want to slice some of that, but oh, look at that heavenly mess. Whoops. The bread's escaping on me. Everything's trying to escape on me. That is so good. Definitely, you guys got to try this. Go get yourself some hoagie rolls. Go get yourself Gary's quick steaks. And make yourself, you guys, some Philly steaks. These are great for having the family and friends over to watch the big games. Or just having, you guys having, the gaming night. You're going to be rolling some dodecahedrons and, clashing through the dungeons and stuff. So I want to thank you all for watching this video. Definitely go try out their these products. I will link where you can get them, like their websites. I found these two products at Walmart. Not very expensive at all. And I want to say thank you for, all you subscribers subscribing. I really love the comments you guys are sending us. And remember to always send more to us. We'd love to hear from all you. Thank you for sharing our videos. And remember what we always say here at Goodbye Gluten. Saying goodbye to gluten does not mean saying goodbye to great food and great taste. You have a great day.